Hello viewers and welcome back to my card mat. Here's a nice one for you. And what I need you to do is just touch the back of a card as I go through. Just touch the back of any card you like. And say you want that one there. So you're going to pick 4 of diamonds, right? So just get your 4 of diamonds back into the middle of the pack and I'll just give the pack a cutting or two. Now some people think when I cut the pack I've actually cut the card to the bottom. Well, it's not down there. Or I've cut it to the top and again it's not there. Not until I give the pack a tap and then there's your card come right up to the top. You take your card again and stick it into the middle of the packet down here. Give a tap, there's your card again back on the top. You take your card, stick it say halfway in there and then split the pack in half before I push it in. Now if I push it in and give a tap, there's your card on, hang on, that's not the top is it, that was the top of the middle, this is the top of the top. If I turn that over, there you go, there's your card there on the top. Oh, right. Now let's see, if we take your card and we stick it onto this packet here, and we bury it into the middle of this packet, and then bury this packet into the middle of that packet. If I don't do nothing, you'll see that your card's not on the top and it's not second to top. But all I've got to do is give it a tap and there's your card again back on the top. I'll tell you what, I'll give you the card and I'll let you stick it in anywhere you want. Just say you stick it in there. Okay, go on, you give it a tap. Do you want me to take, I'll turn it for you. Okay, when your cards come right back to the top again. It's amazing, isn't it? If we get your card again and we put that round to the middle of the packet, give another tap and there's your card again on the top. Now what if we get your card and we put a nice big bend in it? Ooh, how's that for a bend? And we stick your card into the middle of the pack. No denying your card's gone into the middle there. But all I've got to do is just give it a tap and we can see that your card actually jumps its way right up to the top. Oh, and it's all bent. Well, I hope you like that one. If you want to know how that's done, don't go anywhere. Right, you didn't go nowhere, you want to learn it? No problem. It's an ambitious card routine, or an A.C.R. And it's most magicians' favourite trick because it just blows people away all the time. There's loads of ways of doing it and this is just a way that I do it. So basically you want to pay a spectator to just touch the back of a card as you go through. I say they touch this one here. So they've touched the King of Clubs. Now what you need to do when you're closing up is see these 2 cards here right at the end. You need to get a break above them. So when you put it together, you're just dropping them 2 cards down and closing everything else up on the top of your little finger. So you've just gone and caused a pinky break down there above 2 indifferent cards and then their card. Then you cut off half the top pack, cut it at the break, and then cut them onto the top. So again, I just put the 2 indifferent cards with their card there. Then you say that, you know, when you've cut the cards, people think that you've moved their card to the top or the bottom. I'll turn the pack and I'll take the bottom card off, let them see the bottom 2 cards. And when you're doing the top, push over 3 cards, but pull back and get a break underneath what is their card, as you show that their card isn't on the top. You close them 2 on the top, keeping your break, so you've got 3 cards above your little finger. You do a tap, you do a click, magic bunny running around, whatever magic move you want to do. Then you just turn and then 3 cards over. But when you put them down, the fleshy bit of your thumb, just push it in a bit. So when you put them down, that fleshy bit stops the cards going flat onto the top and keeps you with a little break. So you show that their card has come to the top. Then you turn all 3 cards back over again. Then you put the top card into the packet about halfway down and push it straight away in. Now you have to do a thing called a double lift, and there's loads of different ways of doing it. The method I use is called a strike double lift, which is basically you just get the top card and then the second card, push across with the fleshy part of your thumb just to cause a bevel on the cards, and then you can just feel the 2 cards and you can turn them over as one to show their cards back on the top. I say, if you can see the way I'm doing it, I keep a good hold on it away from the pack to keep it in, save me having to put it down and get a pinky break, but just bend them slightly just to keep them together all the way around. You turn them back over. You take the top card, which again isn't theirs because theirs is still on the top, and you stick it into the about halfway in the bottom half of the pack, if you see what I mean. So you can then break off the top half of the pack, leaving that still out jogged. And you say, look, I'll push your card in now, I'll give it a tap, and then turn that card over and say, now it's come to the top. But hang on, that's not the top, that's the top of the middle. Put that packet down, see this is the top of the top. You turn the card over to show their card, and as you're doing it, you just want to pull down on the bottom card with your little finger, just so you can get a break in there, which you're then going to transfer into a thumb break, which means you're just going to get your hands, get them 2 fingers on the front and your thumb at the back and transfer it into a break at the back like that. So you've got hold of it like that. Well, you've got hold of it in your pinky break. You turn their card face down on the top, then you put it into your thumb break as you pick up the other packet. Slide their cards off so it's out jogged, which means it's sticking out past the pack. Then momentarily just put them hands together because you're going to drop. That's uncanny. I've got the King of Clubs as theirs and the King of Spades on top. You're going to be dropping the King of Spades onto there, but you don't want them to see that you're doing that. So you just bring your hands together, you drop it, and then you just keep this packet still and turn the other one over. It's called a wrist kill. So they can see that their card is still out jogged because they've just seen it like that. And then they see it like that, so they still think it's the top card. And you push it in straight, turn over, and you say, we'll put your card, which is actually the King of Spades, not the King of Clubs, and you put it halfway into this packet. Then you just pull up with your thumb to break this packet in half and put it into the middle of there. That puts their card onto the top. You can see then, before I tap it on the top, and again you just do your strike double lift, so you just bevel the cards out, get 1, get 2, turn over, so you see your card's not on the top, then just flip this next card over, another king, and it's not second to the top, and put all them down again. And what I've just done there is sandwich their card in the middle, so it gets me ready for another layer of the trick, if you like. Then you give a tap, and then again just do your strike double lift to show their cards on the top and turn it back over. Then you can say to them, tell you what, you take your card and you put it into the middle, and then they'll stick the card in somewhere and push it in, get them to tap and get them to turn, and they turn it over onto their card again. Take the card off. Now you need to get ready for a thing called a Marlo's tilt. I have got a tutorial for it. I'll leave a link in the description box. But basically all you need to do is just push the card off, get a pinky break, and then let it pop up that side. So you've got this big gap all the way across underneath. Because now you're going to make it look as if you're sticking their card again into the middle of the packet, but it's actually going into second place. So you just bump the middle of the pack so some cards stick out, and push that in. As you push it in, pull it up so you can catch the break underneath the 2 cards. Because then you tap again, you turn it over, again keep a break to show it's their card. Turn it over again and pick the 2 of them up and put a massive bend in them, and you can let them see that it is their card, But make sure you keep your fingers over the end there and your thumb over this end here. Otherwise the other card will fly out. Well, their card will fly out showing the other one. Or it'll just stick out slightly like that. And that's something you don't want to happen. So just make sure you keep the ends of the card together as you put a bend in. Put it onto the top of the pack so they can see that there's a bevel. Break off about half of the pack from the bottom. And then you're just sliding that top card. But as you're sliding it out, put your first finger on the top of this one to stop that one sticking up. Because that's their card. That's a different one. So you have your finger on there to keep them in. And you let them see that, you know, there is a bendy card going in the middle, so they'll think it's theirs. Put it on the top. And then just grip it at the sides with your thumb and your finger. But grip it tight so that that card has no chance of popping up until you've tapped or whatever magic move you want to do. Then just release the pressure. Obviously not that much. And have your hands straight. So it'll just go poof. And you can see it physically pop. Which will make them think that their card, which they think was in the middle with the bending, has just shot straight through the pack right up to the top. And that's basically an A.C.R. or an ambitious card routine without any gimmicks. As I say, I'll leave a link in the description box for the Marlo's tilt, and I will have to do a tutorial on double lifts because there's quite a few different types and some of them are more effective than others and some are really basic. Like the most basic one you can do is that one, but everyone can see exactly what you're doing. You're picking cards up and flicking them down and catching a break, ready to do a double lift. David Blaine's one, well, the one David Blaine does is pretty good where he just does that. And what I've done, I've shown you the second card, but you're gripping it from the top corner and swiveling it around. And again, it's two cards. I say there's loads of different ways of doing double lifts. I will do a tutorial eventually. But for now, something good for you to have a go at, something to get your teeth into. Beginners can have a go at it, but it's more intermediate to advanced. I'll see you again later.